Hey YouTube, I'm Bill the Vegan. You can find me on Instagram at RealBillTheVegan or right here on YouTube. This is actually my first YouTube video post, so I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to learn a little bit about putting together bar calisthenics equipment for outdoor use today. In my opinion, bar calisthenics is the best way to get yourself ripped, in great shape, and really in control of your body in a way that you may never have been before. Now you're joining me actually for phase 2 of the project. I didn't videotape the first portion. In the first portion of the project, I built the high bar here that you see, and also the medium bar. In the second phase, which you're going to see, I tapped into this post that was already here, built the low bar. Wanted the kids to have something, also something that works well for groundwork. And on top of that, I built the parallel bars. So you're going to be seeing how to do parallel bars and how to do the low bar. And although you're not going to be able to see the high bar and the medium bar being put together, it's really the same concept throughout. And I think you're going to get the gist of it. Also, you can feel free to ask me any questions that you may have. So let's go ahead and get started.
The first thing I did was to add ceiling and floor flanges and create our low bar here. Now this isn't the cheap way to do it with the ceiling and floor flanges, but is definitely the best way to get a really good stable fit and to make sure your bar doesn't spin. The bar itself is a 60-inch wide piece of 1 inch in diameter galvanized pipe with threads on each side so they go into the flanges easily. Next, it was time to take measurements for the parallel bars.
Ideally, you're going to set your depth and figure, okay, I've got to bury these 24 inches down. But when you buy these posts from somewhere like Lowe's or Home Depot, they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be even the same as each other. So what you have to do is measure them against each other. Once I connected the bars, I put them upside down against the post, marked a line right there so that they'll be the same distance from the ground from each other. And that's the best way to do it. Don't just measure it all in a vacuum and then start digging, because you're gonna be sorry. You're gonna end up with some posts higher than others, and same thing with trying to get it level. You just have to do the best you can to level things to each other. So when you use concrete, you'll see like, oh, how much should I mix? You don't have to worry about that too much, because cement is actually hydraulic. So in this case, what we're doing is we're going to put some water into the hole, enough to saturate the concrete, get it nice and wet. And what happens is it gets wet with the concrete that you add, and then it will actually force out all the other moisture once it cures. So that's what I mean by hydraulic. You don't have to worry about overwatering it, except that you'll make a mess and you'll make it harder on yourself. So just do what you can. You want to make some nice pockets in the concrete after you do it to make it easier. So I use my concrete poker, aka tire iron. But I do suggest that you give it a good spray off when you're done with it each time. This bar right here, great for kids, great for pullover training, and great for muscle up training. A couple of good ways to start working on a muscle up, I'll just give you a real quick thing and then we're done. If you can't get into this position from the ground on a low bar like this to start working on muscle ups, because that does strengthen it, and eventually you can go to a one hop and pull yourself into a muscle up. But if you can't do that yet, work on a pullover, because that puts you into that place. If you do a pullover like this, then you're up into a muscle up, and then you can work that eccentric motion of the muscle, right? The working the negative. So as we come down slowly, really slowly from the top, then that will help you grow the muscles you need to do a muscle up. Then you can graduate and do your muscle ups from here. Right? Slowly burn it down. Slowly burn it down. All right, thanks again for stopping by. Again, I am Bill the Vegan. You can find me on Instagram at RealBillTheVegan. Also, please, if you enjoyed this video, click subscribe. Go ahead and click like on the video as well. Give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that very much. We got a lot going on in the next coming weeks. I'll have some video coming for World Pull-Up Day next Saturday. And also, we're gonna be in this gap back here, building a salmon ladder in the next couple weeks. So I just wanna say one more time, thanks very much for stopping by, and I'll see you soon.